gentlemen, welcome to the Final Four. The first matchup, FEU versus Ateneo. Let's first introduce our referees. First referee, James Oliver Mora, National Referee. And our second referee, Roberto Javier, National Referee. And now make some noise for the starters of the FEU Lady Tamaraws. Number 4, Heather Guino-o. Number 6, Ivana Agudo. Number 12, Kyle Negrito. Wearing jersey number 13, Celine Domingo. And their captain, number 15, Jeremy Malabanan. Number 18, Jeanette Villarreal. And for their libero, number 5, Buding Durendes. And their head coach, George Pasqua. For their opponents, the Ateneo Lady Eagles. Number 3, Dina Wong. Number 4, Jules Samonte. Number 7, Maddie Matayang. Number 9, Pongay Gaston. Number 10, Kai Tolentino. And number 14, their captain, Bea De Leon. For their libero, number 18, Kim Hekiriana. And their head coach, Oliver Almadro. It's the Tamaraws.
Starting 6 for the FEU Lady Tamaraws. It's always interesting to see who Coach George Pasqua will go with, Jel Cayuna or Kyle Negrito. Today it's Kyle Negrito here in the Final Four. For the Lady Eagles, no surprises there. As of course, Dina Wong will be in the center of that offense. Of the Lady Eagles. 10 straight Final Four appearances, 10 of their 11 all straight. It started with Charo Soriano, who I heard is in the building, and it started with her. Dumire-diretso sila, including a season that they swept. While FEU, 22 overall, number 1 in that department, their 5th straight. And of course, 2 straight with Coach George Pasqua, who's looking to go back to the finals. It will be via the long route if he does, because they need to win twice over the number 1 team who scores the first point today in Final Four action. And here we go.
Ateneo off to a strong start, and even Coach Oliver, wala pa masyadong nangyayari, already at the sidelines, very active.
Are you surprised?
Not surprised. Magugulat ako, nakaupo pa siya.
Also, said Domingo starting for FEU. The last couple of games, Coach George has gone with Sarina Carandang. As now she goes with said Domingo today as Bea De Leon, the graduating BDL, who came back for this year for a championship run. And they're 1 win away from that. Domingo, that is out, doesn't touch anyone. It's 3 straight points for the Lady Eagles. Coach George Pasqua looks at the bench and looks at Sarina Carandang to come in, or to stand by at least. Again, this is the team that booted them out last year. If you need motivation, that's one of them. If you're Ateneo, as Malabanan is checked at the net. And of course, the FEU men's team won earlier today and booted out the men, so that's added motivation for the Lady Eagles right now as we look at this wall provided by Tolentino and BDL. Let's check in with Freddy Reyes once again. Fred?
We're starting off strong, but actually training was not easy for them last night. You know, they've been training hard, but Coach Cole has been pushing them harder. His point being, walang kwenta ang katawan kahit pagod na pagod kung gusto ng puso at utak, kaya ng katawan. Coach O doesn't want his team to forget how far they've come and the mental toughness, the mentality that helped them get here. For seniors like Maddie Team Madayag, there is no more next year. They're more motivated than ever and they're tired of losing the championship. The Lady Eagles will fight anyone who gets in their way. They will give everything they have, and what more could you expect from them, Muminan?
Dito sa gitna, nakakahabol pa rin. Dito ka, yan. Tapos tayo lang, in between ng blockers tayo, and then pwede ka mag-sit. Macross, best. Alright, FEU.
5-0. Gervasio, the aforementioned Charo Soriano, in attendance.
Back to the game.
Of course.
Still serving. Dina Wong.
Full support, of course.
Champion. Part of that three-peat team that Coach Oliver Almagro, of course, coached. Good dig. Agudo. Ekiliana. Back to Kat. Kat changes direction. This one is out, and an attack
First
error
point
gives
for
FEU
Tamaraws.
their first point to try to settle down in this match as we go to Sydney Crespo.
Bumanan, we've been talking about the great performance of the green and gold versus LaSalle, and the one Lady Tam who would love to join the battle on court was the FEU super rookie Laika Ebon. Laika shared to me that she couldn't be any happier to see her team showing grit and willingness versus the team who's broken their hearts for years. And as you can see, Laika is suited up today, and it's been a while since we last saw her in her FEU jersey. Sabi nga niya sa akin, pakiramdam ko first game ko ulit sa UAAP. Laika also mentioned that during those days where she's feeling down, she just always reminded herself of the saying, one team, one goal. Again, Laika is clinically cleared after passing her hop test but decided to not risk it for the rest of the season. But let's see about that, Bumanan.
Alright, open pa ang pintuan para makalaro. But just to give everybody a recap about what Sydney Crespo mentioned about the injury, the MCL sprain that Laika went through. There's a touch on the net by Sed Domingo, which gives a point to Ateneo and a 7-1 lead as Carandang will now march into this game. Laika is clear. There's no surgery, there's no operation. Physically, she's cleared. She's not 100%, but she can technically play. So Coach George Pasco asked her, if you're going to be mentally bothered by the injury, tell me now, we won't let you play. And Laika did say that she's not yet there mentally, so Coach George Pasqua parked her for a while, although she is in uniform today.
But meantime, I think itong si Laika will have to bear watching her team a bit shaky in the start of this first set.
Not over. Double contact.
Ganda sana, her rookie year, makapatong kaagad sa Final Four. But I'm sure the school, herself, and Coach George Pasco are looking long-term. You don't want to aggravate an injury because she has still more years to come
Serving.
for a team that is looking for their 30th championship. They've been stuck at 29 for a while now as a reception error there gives FEU a free ball. And Negrito, miscommunication there with Carandang. That's another low attack for Samonte. 2 straight points for FEU.
Well, one thing that FEU has to realize is that their points, at least in this first set, are coming off the errors of Ateneo.
Right.
So they need to find it within themselves as soon as possible, to get the score going coming from their offense.
It's good serve by the graduating Malabanan. PDL is blocked. They go to the other side to Kat. Kat! Oh, what a dig by Durendes. They go back to Tolentino. Pudding was there again. Carandang will send it to Agudo. Wong chooses PDL. Balik sa Ateneo. Wong will reverse it to Kat, who is checked at the net. The tip works. Sent to the back. And PDL finds a corner. And straight to the technical timeout as F4 action is in full swing here at the Mall of Asia Arena.
Back to the
We
game.
are back inside the Mall of Asia Arena. It is an 8-3 count at the start of the First Final Four matchup. It is 1 versus number 4. Ateneo being the number 1 team, and the twice to beat incentive is with them. And a service ace. Did you say that FEU's weakness, one of their weaknesses is their reception? As father, of course, always in attendance. Reception, no? Shaky.
But, you know, at this point, FEU needs to make sure that they don't show Ateneo kahit konti, no, na may takot. Aggressiveness has to be there on the onset.
They are last in reception efficiency, as Ann mentioned earlier in our pregame, talking about FEU. Down 6 here. Valentino has been on fire and on target so far. Good enough for a Gatorade-fueled spike of the game. And Franz Ronquillo now checks in. Jel Cayuna will check in.
FEU, Franz Ronquillo, and Jel Cayuna in the game.
10-3. Saw the dad earlier. Now, come on. Lady Eagles are hoping to go back to the finals. They missed out last year. That's out. Another service error.
But FEU, of course, would gladly take that point.
Or another error na naging point para sa FEU, sabi mo ano? So far, I think 3 of the 4 points of FEU have come from that.
Yes, and you know, it's been tough. I mean, Ateneo is just all over the net every time they make an attempt.
Ronquillo is checked at the net. Coverage was slow.
At the net.
So far, Ateneo has been on point.
The struggle for FEU is that they haven't been able to really set up plays. A lot of these sets are a bit too high, so it allows the blockers of Ateneo to really read and position themselves properly.
That's another service error. So another point for FEU to stay in this game, courtesy of the errors of the Lady Eagles. Early Malabanan, the captain, has something to say. Oliver Mora. So it's James Oliver Mora and Obet Javier, coach, referee today. The 2 crucial referees. The referees
na medyo matagal ha. Medyo matagal dapat sa second. Dapat sa second referee ha.
So just sorting out a bit of things here, no? So you can actually clarify, but it took them a while. So
and Coach George Pasqua is still trying to clarify. He's still trying to clarify something about his rotation here.
If he's got the right server.
Well, play moves on. Gaston receives. Samonte is checked. Ball still alive. The push. Buding keeps it up. Heather, and her first crack at that ball. Samonte again. First kill block for FEU here to cut this lead down to 5. So I was saying, the referees obviously going to play a crucial role here, especially in the semifinals. Jel Cayuna, 6-11. That is wide.
Ooh, costly error for FEU.
Can't give away points, especially naghahabol sila. They have no attack points yet as we speak. They have 1 kill block, 5 attack points for Ateneo, but also coupled by a few errors for Ateneo to give FEU 6 points.
Oh, still the same case here.
Pinag-usap. Because I think Jerry was ready to take that. George Pasqua, 11 years in the men's division, 4 titles, 8 3-peat. Now, second year in the women's division, replacing Shaq de los Santos, of course, who coached for 6 years and had 4 Final Four appearances for himself, too. 13, he's serving 6. The runner. That is out for Villarreal.
Outside.
Nothing going right so far for the Lady Tamaraws. But they've been trying. You see that they try to vary the sets also. Hindi lahat sa outside hitter. But even then, the execution isn't just converting.
They reverse it to Heather. Egiliana will set it to Gaston. Off the fingertips of Villarreal. Ronquillo keeps it up and Dorendes will give a free ball to Ateneo. Wong will go for the 1-2. Had a feeling she was going to go for it.
And she gets that point. Sometimes it's that element of surprise that you need.
She also took a peek. As Buding was sending the ball for a free ball, she saw that there was a big hole there. So she took a chance. And with a lead like 14-6, I guess you can take chances every now and then if you're a setter too. Ronquillo grazes the antenna.
Off the attack.
And FEU looking lost here in the first set. That's been all Ateneo. 10-point lead. Watching us on SNA and on Liga, and all our platforms are available for you. If you're not here at the Mall of Asia Arena today or this weekend, of course, there's always iWant. You can watch the games and many more through iWant Sports. And it's been the section that we've been talking about for a whole season now. If you haven't downloaded or updated the iWant app, you can get the app or update it via the App Store or Play Store, or log on to iwant.ph now. And of course, there's more to watch out for now. New original series, blockbuster Pinoy movies, teleseries, live news, concerts. Lahat nasa iWant yan. Download na, including, of course, UAAP Volleyball, which right now is in full effect. Final Four action, 17-6. What does FEU need to do, Anne, here at this point?
Well, I think apart from the fact that they need to get things together, itong si Coach George also changing up his setter. No, Negrito's now back in. So they're trying to get a feel of who will be able to deliver, but whom I think essentially nakikita natin first things first eh. Walang reception.
Dead last again in that department.
Pero huwag natin madali ng sitwasyon. One at a time lang. Base lang. Sabi rin, releasin muna tayo bago tayo atake. Okay? Ngayon, pag minamadali natin yung isang bagay, hindi natin makukuha yan. Pag-isipan nyo lang, focus na kayo. Huwag kayo mag-focus sa error ninyo. Huwag tayo makakasa sa error ng kalaban. Pag-hanapan natin. Di ba? Gusto natin ito, di ba? Gusto natin manalo, di ba? Ang gagawin natin.
Anton Montinola. If you noticed, Anna, inupo ni Coach George Pascua yung mga players that parang siyang changeover style. And he wants them to really just settle down. They only have 6 points, 4 of them via Ateneo errors. They have not been able to have a great first ball. Samonte keeps this alive, and it will make it to the other side. That's a great setup by Negrito for their first attack point here. 7 points for FEU. So 6 attack points for Ateneo, 1 for FEU.
Still not the best when it comes to execution, sumabit sa net, but nonetheless, it is a point coming from their play.
And it's positive because it comes from that timeout of Coach George Pascua. They get a 2-0 run here. So very positive things.
And
who I mentioned, and si George has this knack for, diba, calling timeouts and
when it's needed and the team responds. But the thing is, this is a 10-point deficit.
opposed to Ateneo.
Service.
So they need everything to work smoothly, and it is.
Including that serve. You mentioned that in the pregame. This is going to be important for them. If they can get some free points via the serve, this is important. This is their first 3-0 run here in this match. Good serve by Heather. Chance for FEU. Wong will underhand it to Gaston. Lumusot dun sa block ni Villarreal at Negrito. A broken play almost. And Ponga is able to manufacture an attack.
And this is the thing if you're going up against a team like Ateneo. You know they're very strong when it comes to offense. So if you're the team facing them, you have to make sure that your defense is actually on point.
That's it is. Daddy Mataya.
29. Number 14. Down 11 here. And again, first ball problems. Gaston. Wong will go back to Pongay. That one was rejected by FEU. They get to the double-digit mark. They need to have some positivity here for the Lady Tamaraws. Good block by Negrito.
And for the Lady Tamaraws, boom, it is actually their blocking, which has allowed them to score the most. Only one attack point, 3 block points here in this set.
Ponga is checked again. BDL. Gaston will send it over. Chance here for the Lady Tamaraws. They go to the graduating Jeremy Malabanan. It is wide.
No touch.
Good idea. Her whole family is here. That 8 or 9 members. I saw them earlier walk into the arena. Especially the mom. Big occasion again, especially this is her last run here in the UAP. Charlie will try again. Cross court. Heceliano was there. Aranda unable to put it away. Negrito goes to the corner. Samonte chases. Gaston. Buding. Negrito will go on the offense. Wong. Good reaction by Negrito. And a chance ball for Ateneo with an 11-point lead. BDL. Still alive. And Buding could not keep it in play.
Just a few inches shy from reaching that ball, but it was a good hustle for FEU.
(22-10). That's the biggest lead at 12. Back row. That's out.
Too much errors for FEU.
Ateneo, they win today, they wait till next weekend for the finals. Wong saw that coming from Negrito. And Tolentino. And her attacks today. The evolution of Kat Tolentino throughout her college career after a couple of injuries, 3 major knee injuries, and to come out the player that she is now, her best shape in her UAP career, developed, a back row attack, developed an opposite attack. It's so good for Ateneo.
And this is a good sign because you don't just come back physically stronger, but also mentally stronger.
The most important part. And Ateneo pockets set number 1 in this final 4 matchup between the number 1 team and the number 4 team in season 81 of the UAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. You're watching the UAP, and we want to say hello to all the people watching also via live stream on the number 1 sports website in the Philippines, sports.abs-cbn.com. And we are available in high definition on SNA HD and Liga HD. And that first set was faster than the FEU fans would have liked, and out-attacked, outgunned in that first set.
Only 20 minutes actually that first set, and yun nga, no, it was FEU really trying to find ways on how they can score. They were able to score more when it comes to blocking, but then having just 1 point for offense and giving Ateneo 8 points, it won't equate. I mean, it won't add up. So I think coming into the second set, you know, they need to make sure that they address their first ball problems.
And again, another attack point
First block.
by the number 3 spiker and 4th scorer in the league, Kat Tolentino. Her elevation has improved, her mechanics, her swing in the last 2 years, which really started with Tai Bundit, and you know, she became a better player individually under Tai, developed that back row attack too.
And you see that the reach, you know, she's really trying to go for the highest point of the ball, which makes it more difficult for the defense to actually pick it up.
Really means talaga, hindi na siya bothered talaga by anything physically. And another error here, a net touch
on
for Lady Tamaraws. 2-0 Ateneo. Let's go to Sydney Crespo.
Bumanan, the first set wasn't how FEU expected and planned it to be, and Coach George Pasco was quick to call out the girls, as it was very evident that they were rattled in set number 1. Instead of focusing on their own points, Coach George observed that the Lady Tams are waiting for Ateneo to make a mistake and take a point off their opponent's errors. That's why in the huddle, Coach George let them all sit and close their eyes to refocus and get back to the game. He calmly said to the Lady Tams to forget set number 1 and show no mercy to Ateneo in the next 3 sets. Bumanan?
Yan ang pinoint out nga ni Ann, no, Sid, yung the points were really mostly from the errors of the Lady Eagles.
Captain Malabanan.
The funny thing is, okay, so the first elimination round matchup was the 5-setter. They were up 2-0, and Ateneo has won twice this year, coming from behind as Tolentino continues to pound the pavement. The second matchup was the 3-setter that FEU lost. At that time, they were 6-4, and then they ended up, as you saw in our team standings, at 9-5. That was the catalyst for FEU to turn around that second round of theirs, to only lose 1. Parang Coach George Pasco had to regroup the girls, because it wasn't only a sweep; it was the way they were swept in that match, and that turned them around. So now they have to do it right away here in this game, because again, they lose today and they go home for season 81. 3-1 is our score. Let's go to Franny Reyes right now.
Di ako sanay na wala sa final, so dapat masanay na kayo. This was how Coach O motivated the girls. Of course, he's coming from a winning record with the men's volleyball team of Ateneo. He wants his girls to play with that mindset. Now, we saw great defense on the part of Ponggay Gaston. If you remember the start of the season, her defense has improved a lot since then. You know, she started as a mid-blocker, but she wanted to be a champion. So she trained, became a libero, and just kept getting better. It's that drive for winning that keeps her going, and it's what's motivating the Lady Eagles today. In the second set, we can expect them to watch their errors, better communication, and higher intensity. Back to you guys.
Well, you mentioned, Franny, the winning ways of Coach Oliver Almadro, as right now we are 3-2. Rally going on. Gaston, Coach Oliver Almadro, 5 straight finals, as a wall was provided there by Maddie and Jules. They both fall down. Maddie awkwardly getting up, but the point will go to Ateneo here. 4-2. Let's look at that again. Kitang-kita. And that's always scary when these things happen, of course, in the net. Anyway, Coach Oliver Almadro, 5 straight finals appearances in the men's division, a three-peat. So lost last year and made the move to the women's division. Now back in the final 4 for the women's division. To support what Franny was talking about earlier. Cayuna, Villarreal. Cayuna will reverse. Heather, soft attack, too easy for Ateneo to get. Ponggay finds a spot behind the blockers. Coach George disagrees. Coach Ray Diaz here beside us, looking for a lift, I believe. And
let's take a look at that again.
parang tips it.
Oh, it's
Looks
like a tip.
legit piano.
But again, it's that space in the middle na hindi nako-cover ng FEU. We've seen quite a few points taken from that spot.
And another point off another error of Ateneo. And that's why Coach George here, who's almost beside us and in our broadcast position, even with the score, even with the point that they score, he's shaking his head. Because that's what he said in the timeout. That's what Sidney Crespo mentioned in her report. That's what we're only getting points from errors. Service ace.
Heather Guino-o.
Heather Guino-o, who continues to serve great from that LaSalle game.
Well, right now, FEU needs to find a bright spot.
A spark.
Oh, and a spark. Take advantage of that. Because Ateneo, we've seen this team, kaya nilang manalo even coming from behind. So, FEU needs to play a bit more steady, a bit more organized, more confident.
6-4.
Back to serve.
Graduating alongside Hekiliana and BDL. Ayuna has to chase for this one, and she will be called
Net
for an error. She actually
violation
touched the net.
on Cayuna.
Coach George says Obet did not see it, the second referee, but Coach Oliver from the opposite side saw. So Oliver's gonna call Jeremy Manabanan, the captain.
Hindi ko pipituan yon kung hindi ko nakita. Net touch si Cayuna. Hindi ko pipituan yon kung hindi ko nakita. Kasi sabi kay coach, relax lang siya.
Let's look at that. Coach Obet. There's no touch according to that angle. Now, what Coach George Pasco is saying, that I should stop saying Coach Obet. Referee Obet Javier, because she is a coach, was on the other side and did not call anything. Wala siyang nakita. Si referee
Heather Guino-o.
James Oliver Mora called the touch. Nevertheless, after all of that, it's a point for FEU. 5 will be serving 7. Samonte will sit down. Danny Gandler, the rookie,
for Samonte,
will come in. Cat from behind. Scores
the
again.
block.
No
Tolentino.
coverage for FEU.
8-5. We'll be back.
Back to the game. Tina Wong to serve.
Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena. 8 will be serving 5. Oh, that's a first solid attack that we've seen from any player from FEU. That's Kyla Tienza, yung kapalitan ni Buding Duremdes sa libero position last year or the previous years for FEU. She was part of the team who, by the way, in the first round last year, season 80 beat Ateneo. Diba? They broke an 8-game winning streak of Ateneo that I think went all the way back to season 75 of the UAP. They did not beat Ateneo until last year. First round, Jeff Ferrer.
Sarap ng kain.
Tan. Not even watching, they're just eating.
They're just eating. Sarap kumain. Boom.
Yeah, mamigay ka naman. Malabanan saves it. Malabanan saves it again. Cayuna. This is only a 1-point game now. Cayuna will go for the attack, but Wong anticipated it. Guino-o sends it to the other side. Longest rally we've had so far, and Tolentino is able to finish the play with her 10th point on her 8th attack.
And And you see Coach George at the sideline giving reminders to Ronquillo na tigasan ng kanyang braso pagdating sa depensa.
She's a rookie, and she is a skinny rookie. We've seen a lot of rookies like that who become stronger and better as the years go by. But that's a positive sign for FEU. Medyo, there's a little more energy right now on the FEU side as you look at Coach Oliver Almagro.
Finally, we saw some smile kasi yun yung sobrang wala, hindi natin nakita in the first set.
Took a while for them to settle down here in Final Four. Cayuna. Wong. Buding. Cayuna. Combination play. And Guino-o is able to find a donut hole. So for the first time, FEU has tied the match here in the second set, and positive signs now. Earlier you see FEU flatlining, now you see some kick in their game right now.
And these points actually coming from plays being delivered in the middle for FEU.
And they're earning it now, it's not off errors. Alabana will have to send it to the other side. Wong sets up Cat. Return to Ateneo. Underhand. Candler, that is out.
No touch. Outside.
And for the first time in this match, wait, Oliver Mora is going to talk to the linesman here and to our second referee. Let's listen in.
Ano nakita mo? May check talaga? Ikaw, wala. Wala kasi ako.
So check ball is the call. So check that. No lead for FEU. The lead goes back to Ateneo. Will be serving 9. Now we have a match.
Now serving.
Better game. A little bit more confident here for the Lady Tamaraws.
And the crowd has really gotten into it now. That's going to hit the corner. 11-9.
When you're at the service line, it's not just about bringing the ball to the other side. Sometimes, kailangan hanapin mo rin.
Babagsak talaga yung bola. PDL. Guino-o from afar. Cuts it a little bit. PDL will set it to Tolentino. Tolentino will push it. Duremdes. Cayuna will reverse it to Guino-o. Guino-o delays her jump.
Net touch.
And somebody scraped the net. It was Maddie, I believe. That was the one called for that?
Yes. And it was an obvious one.
And that's just great adjustment by Heather Guino-o. They need her here. FEU does. Be more assertive. It's a good serve by Jerry Malabanan to get a service ace.
And throw.
So we're all tied up at 11 here.
Definitely a better set for FEU. And so far, we've seen it, the change when it comes to their serve, their offense, even their blocking and their defense.
Joe. Miscommunication between Cayuna and Carandang. Did you hear the reaction of the crowd? It's like yung parang the groan, yung pain. Yung FEU side na parang, sayang.
No, but it seemed like it was a good play.
Yes. So Ateneo regains the lead, 12-11. Sights and sounds here at the Mall of Asia Arena of the fans. Ronquillo hits the antenna.
Outside.
She looks a little nervous.
She
Again,
does.
this is a first Final Four experience for her. Played very well against LaSalle, and she's had a great season for a rookie.
But it happens. I mean,
yes.
everything is
Right.
also weird. The Mo Arena, look
Right.
at the crowd. They are in a different situation. I mean, they're going up against a team they
Number
need
one
to beat
team.
twice.
Yes.
Heather.
Like we said, it is
Guino-o.
Heather that has to really tow this team.
And she's been the go-to girl for Cayuna.
So last year, you don't want it to be your last game. You want to go out swinging. That's what she did right there. 12 serving 13. Out. What has happened here?
Outside.
Anong nag-iba para sa FEU at anong nag-iba para sa Ateneo in your eyes, Anne?
So I think for one, FEU has managed to minimize their errors, but somehow
Substitution,
itong errors na to,
FEU.
boom, it seemed to have
Hernandez.
shifted on the side of Ateneo with the net violations and even the attack errors that we didn't see much of in the first set.
Arlie Hernandez, the service specialist. Puding. Gel will go to Villarreal, dumps it to the other side. Bongay from behind. Puding. Cayuna reverses. Heather again. A good pickup there by Tolentino. Candler with a tough angle, and she gets the point.
Off the block.
All right, at our Gatorade hydration checkpoint. And speaking of rookies, that should be good for her confidence in her first Final Four battle in her college career. 6 errors, by the way, for Ateneo in this set.
And that has been the problem of FEU in the previous set. So
First set.
yun nga, now it has shifted on their side. It would be interesting to see how quick they turn things around.
A great reaction by Guino-o to keep that ball alive. Miss hit by Pongay.
We've seen these attack errors from Ateneo hitting it straight to the net or lumalabas yung bola, no? Too long.
The basketball team. Members of the basketball team are in attendance. Guino-o, 7 points here. That will sail out. 2 aces for her. 1 block, 4 attacks. For the number 7 scorer in the league. Ateneo serving 15-14 here. Cayuna tries to chase again. First ball problem. 16-14 will be the score. Technical timeout. We will be back.
Technical timeout.
So the basketball players of Ateneo are in attendance, or the FEU Tamaraws here on this Final Four
Still serving
stage
for the Lady Eagles.
for women's
Maddie
volleyball.
Matayang.
We're seeing current athletes, past athletes, past greats. We'll be back here tomorrow again for the NU Adamson match for the men's Final Four. And then, of course, the UST LaSalle match, the number 2 and number 3. Wong. Wong guy is checked. No fly zone, says Jel Cayuna. And Coach George Pasqua with a little pump fist bump here on the side.
And that helps them mentally, Sometimes getting a point, coming off a block, gives you a boost of confidence.
That's Net Villarreal pala who got that block. 50 will be serving 16. Great set, better set for FEU here in the second. The rookie. Good serve. Bongay again.
Ayuna.
Denied entry. 16 all. Hindi pa makalamang dito FEU, but they've been sticking around. Celebrating the points now. FEU are smiling. They're totally different set here. What a serve by Ronquillo. Tolentino from behind. Villarreal, Cayuna, Malabanan goes long on their attack in the first lead for the FEU Lady Tamaraws. After all of that. And Coach O will call his first timeout, actually.
Timeout. Lady Eagles.
Ano ba dito? Makapal, di ba? O ba't ka pa nag-expect dito? Eh, layo-layo pa ng bola pinanggagalingan. Girls, yung bola dumadating sa ating magaang. We have to move right away. Okay, now, pag nasa atin ang bola, huwag natin madirin si Dina. Dina, tingin ka agad sa block kasi yung advantage mo. Hindi ka pa sa set ng set. And always 10% set lagi. Hindi tayo, hey. Don't do what is easy. Do what is hard. Okay, let's go.
The number 1 team. Daniel Krishnan is in the house. Former FEU courtside reporter who has gone on in a TV career now. We're very happy for her, proud of her. And
For the
also
Lady
happy
Tamaraws.
to always see her. 11,000 strong today here for Final Four. As I said earlier, first time to get the lead in this match for FEU. A chance to pat on to that. Malabanan. Dive by Ravena. Gaston. Hernandez. Cayuna goes behind to Guino-o. It's back with FEU. Cayuna. Malabanan in the middle. Puts it away. And a 2-point lead for the Lady Tamaraws. And their crowd comes alive.
And in cases like that, tibay yung kailangan. Just look at how they really try to keep the ball alive and Malabanan finding that corner.
That's the mom, as I said. The whole family is here for the Malabanan. 3-point lead for FEU, and Coach O will make some changes here. Jaja Maraginot getting ready to come in for Dina Wong.
Substitution. Ateneo. Jaja Maraginot in for Dina
19
Wong.
serving 16. FEU. A nice run here for themselves. France Ronquillo looking to pad on to this 5-0 run. She's been serving well. Bongkai stops the bleeding.
Through the block.
Finally gets that ball through.
Yung mga ganung serve din ni France, makakabigay ng kumpiyansa rin sa kanya sa laro niya yan. Ano?
Now serving.
Bongkai cuts that
Maraginot.
run, breaks that run, and Maraginot is on deck. 17 will be serving 19. That is out. That's probably adrenaline. And
Adrenaline, it's usually tough. We always say that we're in a very cold venue. You come off the bench, malamig ka pa.
Substitution. FEU. Karina Haranda
is back here.
back in the game.
Ali Hernandez will go back to the bench. And Villarreal will serve. Safe serve. Coach George looking for a double there. In that set.
Bea De Leon seals the net.
Interesting. Let's look at that again. Ay, hindi. Ito na pala yung winning point.
With the BDL being the aggressive blocker that she is.
Oh, regalo. Coach George thinks that the ball sank in the hands of Jaja Maraginot in that play earlier. Ronquillo. That's out. But
A check called on our linesman.
yeah, linesman dito sa right side calls a check.
May check ba talaga? May check? Ha? May check talaga. Check. Check talaga. Check wala.
No touch. Outside.
It's out.
You see, here in these volleyball games, it's not just the players who are under pressure.
You took the words out of my mouth. They are under the gun, under the magnifying glass, under the microscope, and under extreme pressure. The linesman and the referee. Guino-o, mababa. Let's see if Coach George will call a timeout as we're tied here at 20 all. 3-0 run, counter run by Ateneo.
FEU.
Mabayaw ko lang si referee. Kung nanindiyo daw na Malaysia natin. Yan laban. Kaya ninyo, girls. Kaya ninyo. Maniwala lang kayo. Execute lang yung play natin, ha? Okay, let's go.
It's Jeremy Malabanan on your screens, the captain playing in her final year and doesn't want to play her final game here in season 81.
Ranked number 22 in terms of the scorers here in this season with a total of 119 points. Today we're actually waiting for her to score more of the points for the Lady Tamaraws.
Good reaction by Karandang. That is in. Great timeout again by Coach George Pascua.
And Coach George has been consistent on that.
Even last year he did that very well. You saw that he's been doing it since in the men's. He's done it in the commercial leagues also. You know, he's back here at FEU for a reason. He was brought back here for a reason. Tolentino eases up on that attack. Cayuna back to Guino-o. Maraginot with the answer, crawls to the other side. Buding to Malabanan. Ateneo on the attack here this time. Gandler. Guino-o will try. Off speed. Jaja will go up to Gandler again, and she puts that one away. And we're tied once more, 21 all.
Gandler never leave her without a blocker.
Remember, this was the girl who started the season for Ateneo. Fudgy Bar Obar Sasaya. She was part of the starting six. There was a lot of talk and hype prior to the season.
Now serving, captain.
And Coach O went with the veterans eventually, especially Jules Samonte. Used her as the starter. Ronquillo. Guino-o. It's too soft. Malabanan on the other side. Cat. Checked by Guino-o as FEU retains the lead. 22-21. We are in a battle here in the second.
And Guino-o carrying much of the load here for the Lady Tamaraws.
Siya talaga eh.
Oh, and this should be a good rotation for FEU if that is the case, because Guino-o is in the front row.
Karandang and Ronquillo. Full front line for Cayuna.
Let's see.
It's Ronquillo this time, able to check Kat. They go to the other side to Vanny. Finds a spot. 2 straight points for her.
Vanny has been very smart targeting the down the line area, and this time around opting for a drop ball. Look at that, behind the blockers.
That was a wise decision. The veterans cheering on the rookie in this Final Four. 22 all. And Coach George will ice the server first. The server is Kat Tolentino.
Dadalawa lang striker. Si Heather nasa harap. Pwede ka mag-run. Si Heather lang dito sa harap. Pwede ka down the line. Outside. Elis. Down the line. Ngayon, pag binigay si Tolentino, isarado ng down the line. Siguro lang bahala rito sa office pick niya rito sa down the line. Jer, depensa sa likod. Angel, depensa rito sa office pick. Dalawa lang. Dalawa lang.
Another timeout by Coach George. I believe that is his second already. See if it produces a point. Ices Kat Tolentino for a while.
Up to serve.
See how this turns out. It's 22 all, set number 2. Ateneo with a 1 set to love lead. Kat. Buding. Jel. Sinenyasan si Karandang.
Karandang.
23-22.
But that's coming off a good pass.
No blocker. They did not expect Sarina there. Safe serve by Karandang. Raginot. Run and gun.
Maddie
Manny
through the block.
Manayak at 23 all here.
But for FEU, boom, what has helped them in this set was that
Manny
apart from their
Gambler,
floor
up to
defense,
serve.
they tried to match Ateneo pagdating sa net. Now with 3 block points in this set.
4 points on 4 attacks for Gandler. Great exposure here in the final 4. Elise Ronquillo unable to put it away. Maragino with the chase and a chance ball for FEU. Who will Cayula choose? She goes to Villarreal. Regalo. Set point for FEU. Good anticipation there. And really guiding the ball to the right spot for Villarreal. And it is Coach O's turn to call a timeout and ice Heather Guino-o.
Wash it. Wash it. Let's do what is right. Let's do what is right. Okay. Again. Nasa harap ka. Okay. Di na ready. Baka ibalik ka ha. Kaya mo abutin yan ha. Abot tayo. Sige, palitan mo na ha. Okay. Again. Again. Nasa atin ang bola. Dahan-dahan tayo. Nandyan pa si Madi. Ponggay. Walang easy ball. I don't want easy ball. We have to be persistent. Atake o atake. Kumoverage tayo. Now, pag things doesn't go away, we have to adjust. Okay, and hey, girls, just be positive, ha? Cover tayo, ha? Ask for it, ask for it.
Coach O will bring back Dina Wong, if I'm not mistaken, for this play. Set point for FEU. Maraguinot will go out.
And we heard him, he's always saying, don't do what's easy, do what is right. So let's see if the team can execute just as he said.
Heather with a great serve. Gaston. And they're going to give the point to FEU. It's a net block, 4 touches, and FEU is alive here in the final 4. 1-1. Minutes in the first set, and 15 minutes more in the second set, with FEU bouncing back and winning 25-23. Now before that, FEU has lost 7 straight sets to Ateneo this year because nga, diba, the first round, 2 sets down, and then the sweep. What did it in that second set for FEU? How did they come back alive here?
Well, in set number 1, they only scored 1 attack point. This time around, they scored 11. It's a little bit close with the 13 that Ateneo produced. But in terms of blocking also, boom, they really made themselves felt by Ateneo in that area. But I think what made it a little bit easier also for FEU was the fact that Ateneo had 9 errors in that second set.
And really, it came in those parts where you could have, I guess, killed the confidence of your opponent, pero nabuhay ng FEU. They started to believe from around that 17-16 point. When they had that 3-point lead, they kind of started to believe, okay, now we're in this.
And then you saw it now. I'm sure everybody saw it. Like their eyes, the body language.
It changed totally. The fans got into it. The coach was pumping his fist, Coach George. So now we are at 1-1, and FEU getting the first point here in set number 2. And they showed, these veterans from FEU showed some pride in that set number 2 and some fight. Now, how will Ateneo respond? That is what we're going to see here in set number 3. Buding. Mababa pero lumusot. Karandang. Tolentino. That is out.
Good try by Karandang.
Sometimes all you need in volleyball, because it's such a quick game, is a little burst, a little spurt, a little run to change the complexion of the game. What seems to be so lost now in that first set, where they were down by 12, as much as 12. Nothing going. One attack point, did you say, in that
Yes,
first set?
just one attack point for FEU.
10 more in set number 2. Samonte, mababa.
And these are the things that weren't happening as much with Ateneo in the first set. Yung mga attack errors na yan, hindi natin yan nakita. But maybe the way FEU played in the second set also cast some doubt, in the way Ateneo plays.
Captain
Checking with
Malaban,
Sydney Crespo,
back at
who
the
is
line.
for sure happy after that second set win.
With FEU finally bringing some fire in the game, it was still Heather Guino-o's variation that started the spark for the green and gold squad. For Heather, it was only this year in her fifth playing year where she felt 100% confident in her decision-making, letting her variations be effective for the team. She said in the last 4 years, she wasn't as efficient in reading plays of the other team. Hence today, she will surely maximize this skill to lead her team to another win and give the FEU community another chance to the finals bid. Bumanan?
I like that you pointed that out, Sydney, because you and I, Anne, have covered her whole collegiate career, and that is probably the description in the first 4 years. There are times that she was tentative about herself. She wasn't as confident. This is the year where you saw her that there is confidence. And all it has to is to come out. And it really came out this year for Guino-o. And they wanted in this match too to extend this to a knockout on Wednesday. Let's check with the other side. Franny Reyes from the Ateneo side.
That was a rocky set for the Lady Eagles. FEU was able to adjust and challenge Ateneo's defense. Now, Bea De Leon has been a steady voice for them, really living up to her role as captain, even though she wasn't used as much in practice last night. But we also saw rookies take over in that set, like Vanny and Jaja, showing the vets that they've got their back. If the Lady Eagles want a better third set, they need to continue that momentum from the rookies. And according to Coach O, also re-anchor themselves and go back to their fundamentals. Breathe. He's been talking to them about their mentality and their mindset, because he believes that focusing and having the right mindset will help them win today's game. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Franny. And speaking of BDL, she has 8 points on 5 attacks and 3 aces in this match. A double contact will be called on Tina Wong.
Touch and throw violation on Wong.
That may have been too much of a stretch for Wong.
He was out of position. Still tough to call. She was out of position there. Tried for the reverse all the way to the other side. Ayuna picks it up. Guino-o. Elise Ronquillo. Wong will bump it up. Tinulak pa kabila. Nasa panig ng FEU. Guino-o, sinuntok. Papunta kay Pongay. Madaya dumps it to the other side. Kayuna. Palitan lang tayo dito. Cat with a solid hit this time.
Through the block.
Through the block. 5-3 for the number 1 team.
Right now, it's really nothing fancy for Ateneo, but they are going to their high percentage attackers.
Valentino.
12 puntos para sa mga De Leon. De Leon, Madayag, De Leon, and Tolentino. De Leon's behind the Tolentinos there in that picture earlier. Buding chases. Heather goes cross court. Cat takes it. Samonte with the approach. Elise Regalo. And a 3-point lead for Ateneo here at set number 3.
Wong right there at the right place at the right time.
Tolentino serving 6-3. That's too low. Oh, but somebody touched?
That's
Oh,
a check.
and actually check. Set was a little bit low, actually. Let's look at that again. Scraping the fingertips. Sana may mishit din talaga si Villarreal, ano? Wasn't set for her really perfectly.
That was a lucky point.
Good enough.
Maddie
But that was set
Mateo.
perfectly by Dina Wong with a graduating Maddie Madayaga. Net had the right idea. She was just late by a split second on that block attempt. 7 serving 4. Guino-o. Pongay. Buding keeps it alive. Guino-o will send it to Elise. Ekiliana. Back to Gaston. Nobody behind. Yes. Guino-o was actually there for coverage. Wong. Matayag again. Kayuna. Heather. Back to Pongay. Wide on the cross court. Actually long on the cross court.
That was a good run though for both teams.
Clearly.
Now serving.
Long.
Runs. Ronquillo.
7-5 is our score. Is Ronquillo. Guino-o pops it up.
Oh,
Still alive with a left hand for Guino-o. Gaston. Ronquillo. Kayuna. Run and gun. Is
Pongay.
checked by Pongay.
Gaston with the block.
blocking now working for Ateneo again.
8-5. One of 3 players graduating for this batch of Ateneo Lady Eagles. It's Maddie, BDL, and Ekiliana.
Finishing number 10 in terms of the scores here in the UAAP, 163 markers. And obviously one of the best when it comes to blocking.
She's on deck to serve now. 8-5. Set 3, we're tied at 1-all. And they keep targeting ito si Ronquillo wherever she is for the first ball. Release from behind. And De Leon able to find another spot there. 9 points for BDL.
And Wong with 16 excellent sets in this match. And 3 points to go along with that.
Biggest lead of the set, 9-5. Wong, Gaston again. That is off the fingertips of Net Villarreal, and it's in anyway. As Agudo and Negrito will come back in for Kayuna and Ronquillo. 5-point deficit for the Lady Tamaraws.
Negrito back in.
Serving 5, rotation error, and that was that's painful because that ball went out, I believe.
Yeah, could have been their point easily.
Coach Ray Diaz, assistant coach Ray Diaz of FEU is confirming that and saying that it wasn't, it shouldn't.
Ayos natin niya, ayos. Sige.
Referee Oben Javier.
Okay na. Tama naman eh. Tama na.
There's no violation. So that should be a let ball, but yun na yung masakit doon.
Coach, paki-rectify yung position.
Okay na. Ayos na.
Positional fault talaga.
Hindi, let ball.
The let ball. It was a mistake made by the referee.
Yan, i-correct natin. I-correct natin. Hindi pwedeng lalapit yung coach doon. Ha? Sige ha.
Okay, so
Yellow card
Warning,
called
called on head coach.
on
George
second
Pasqua.
year coach George Pasqua.
you can hear the crowd cheering on. But I guess, Boom, at this point, what matters is for FEU to manage to get a point.
And the players should stay focused. It's good reaction. No, but they're going to call a lift. They're going to call a lift. Obet Javier was the one. Actually, no. It's a legal hit. It was like step down pala. Ayun, Obet showing that PDL stepped over.
Or may have crossed the line.
Ayun,
Yes.
si Ponggay. Ayun, pareho pala sila.
Oo. The whole foot on the other side of the court.
So we go back to what George Pasco was saying in the previous timeout. Let me worry about the referees. The players have to stay focused. And unfortunately, they sent that serve out.
And in cases like this, I mean, they won. They had a very bad first set. Nabawi na ng second set. In the third set, I guess there's that danger that Ateneo will, manage na bawian sila. So kailangan gumising. Kailangan bawian sila agad. So FEU has to be steady all throughout the set.
Wow. Couple of service errors here. Bigayan ng puntos. So that means 7 will be serving 11. Here on the side, Coach O is calling a play. Coach George naman is telling the girls to focus. Aika Ebon in uniform but will not play today. Agudo with a very good first serve, or a very good serve rather. Sorry, was that Negrito or
Agudo?
It was Agudo.
Yes.
Ivana Agudo. Nakita ko kasi tumakbo si Negrito pa ikot-ikot.
Just sharing the joy. Oo.
Celebrating.
I mean, at this point, Boom, kahit paanong paraan, basta makapuntos.
They need it,
Timeout.
yes.
Lady Eagles.
Lady Eagles call a timeout here. Down 3.
Huwag masyadong malayo. Naintindihan? And you have to move right away. Now, you have to ask yourself, akin to. Mabigay ko to. Bigay mo sa akin. That's it. We have to do self-talk. You understand? Friend, pag nasa atin ang bola, huwag natin madaliin. Alamin kaagad yung transition. Again, pumesa tayo ng maayos. Expect. Okay? Ask for it.
Ateneo's lead is down to 3 is what I wanted to say. As FEU is chasing here, 8 will be serving 11. Ivana Agudo continues to do so. Samonte with a better first ball. Wooding will go back to Heather. Cross court and it drops in.
Guino-o goes cross court.
Heather Guino-o with 9 points in this match. That is a great angle, and Ponggay thought it was going to sail out. Down 2 are the Lady Eagles. Oh, sorry, are the Lady Tamaraws rather. The Lady Eagles lead is down to 2. Ravenna will send it for the high sky ball. Negrito, Karandang with a push. Negrito will open to Malabanan. Ravenna will set it. Ponggay, that's low.
Not over.
3-0 run. No, check that. That's a 5-1 run all in all, because we were at 10-5 kanina. No?
And you see the players on the floor for Ateneo, they're trying to calm themselves down.
Tolentino,
Back to you.
access denied. And 11 all. And FEU crawls back into this match. after battling with the referees earlier, they've regained their focus and have now taken over the lead.
And what FEU has been taking advantage of, it's their strong and consistent serve. They've really challenged the first ball of Ateneo.
Which is again, going back to our conversation in the pregame, that will be essential to them because they need all the free points that they can get as BDL fights back and gets it to tie again, 12 all. Bumping up her team. Stay positive here. One set all, 12 all. Cannot be any tighter than this in the final four right now. Negrito sends it to the other side. That's tough. Oh, that is tough. That's a...
And from the release of the ball, no top spin at all from Malabanan.
13-12. Bongay Gaston now on deck to serve. Good serve. Buding is there to dig though. Or to receive rather, and BDL responding again. The lead is back to 2. Right at our Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Coach George calls a timeout.
Dito puro diretso. Hindi lang. Pag nagtanong lang, dito na po lang. Okay? Nandun yung receive natin. Ano natin? O back quick. Yung outside, punta kayo dito para nandun yung dalawang blocker eh. Okay? Liwanag. Then execute lang. Liwanag. Then, girls, kagayin muna natin sa block. Depensa sa taas, depensa sa baba. Pag nagbalikan ng bola, mas lamang tayo sa kanila sa balikan ng bola. Mas kailangan lang magkaroon ng mahabang rally. Ha? Okay, let's go.
$14-12 is our score. Here's that block by BDL on Sarina Karandang.
That's Arcelia, goalkeeper of the Ateneo football team.
In attendance, the football players are also here.
It's nice to see that, you know, a lot of the athletes like really support fellow athletes from the other sports.
Good timeout again by Coach George Pascua, freezing or icing the server, which forced Gaston to serve a long ball.
Substitution, FEU.
So the lead is down to 1.
And Ronquillo. In for Agudo and Negrito.
Jerry Malabana. FEU, their 5th straight Final Four appearance. 22 overall. Guino with a pickup. Ronquillo did not force the issue and gets a point and ties it again at 14.
Sometimes it's the simplest things that can get you the point.
That's in.
Service ace.
Seemed like it was on its way out, but the ball still found its place.
So FEU takes over the lead and at 15-14.
And if you're an FEU fan, this is the kind of game you want to see from the Lady Tamaraws.
Danny Gandler back in for Samonte.
Gandler is back. She had a great showing in that second set, even if they lost that one. 3-0 counter run by Malabana. Reverse set. Tolentino forces that one. They're going to pound that ball to get the side out. As I said, Ateneo, 10th straight Final Four appearance, 11 overall. They made their first in Charo Soriano's last year in season 70. Then they missed it in season 71 the next year. And then, of course, Fab 5 happened. Then tuloy-tuloy na nag-Final Four itong mga to until, of course, the Eliza Valdez era. did not make the finals last year, booted out by this team, the FEU Lady Tamaraws. 15 all. Ronquillo, soft attack. Nagulat yata ang nasira yung timing ni Gandler dun sa soft attack na yun. So second technical timeout, it is FEU with the lead, 16-15. Well, you just missed a Serena Carandang ace and a 2-point lead for FEU here. And Vanny Gandler will go back to the bench as soon as she checked in, she was the one being targeted by the servers of FEU. Tolentino fires a bullet to answer back.
He needed that point right away.
Oh, we are in a tug of war right now. It is a far cry from what we experienced in the first set. Now, these two teams are battling. Nobody having any clear edge in the last two sets in terms of momentum. Ateneo ties it again at 17 after that error.
Luna and Ronquillo did not connect in that play. Sayang yung ganun, no? Especially in a set as close as this.
And another service error by Ateneo. 3 service errors here in the set, giving another point to FEU, 18-17. Heather Guino-o and the rest of the Lady Tamaraws have to win today and on Wednesday if they want to make the finals. It's in their hands right now and in the lead, 18-17. Elise, it's out, but the linesman here says there's a check. Oliver Mora says there's a check, so that means that's a 2-point lead for the FEU Lady Tamaraws right now. You know what I feel like what's happening? FEU is really lulling Ateneo into their kind of game.
And so far, it has worked.
Right? Because the first set was the Ateneo kind of game. We're going to attack, we're going to keep the pace going, we're going to block. In the last two sets, it seems like FEU is just lulling Ateneo to this pace, to this kind of game, and
Substitution.
taking the lead at the perfect time. Ito na naman tayo sa 3-point lead nila, katulad ng set number 2.
So more than Ateneo dictating the pace, now what FEU is trying to do is make Ateneo react to the things that they're doing.
It's a good point. 3-point lead. And a good serve again by Guino-o. Ragas is in the ball game for the first time, and that hits the antenna. And that is now the biggest lead of FEU in any set, in either set 2 or set 3. The coach O is forced to call a timeout.
Hey! Come on! No problem, just believe. Hey! Kapit out. You know what to do. Ang nangyayari lang sa atin kasi naghihintay tayo kung anong gagawin. You have to ask for it. Now, maganda yung decision during that time. So anong gagawin natin? Huwag yung, it's okay to challenge the block. You're getting away the block kasi masyado. So nawawala ni area nyo. You have to move right away, maayos. May coverage tayo. Look at the corner. Look at the seam. Hindi lang palo ng palo. Let's go. Yan, listen now. Pag nasa kanila ang bola, tingin tayo, huwag tayo magmadali pag nasa.
So what is FEU doing right here in this latter part of the set, and as we are at 21-17, that's the guy who was celebrating earlier in the men's volleyball team. Solis with Ray Diaz, the coach of course kanina, as they enter the finals for the first time since 2013. In the meantime, yung lady counterparts nila lamang ng 4. What are they doing right now?
I think for one, at the service line, kung papansinin natin, even Agudo earlier had a good run at the service line, and that, making sure na may karga yung serve nila, pinahirapan ng Ateneo, and Guino-o earlier in that run was the same case. And I think the fact that now they're getting smarter in terms of how they deliver their offense to Ateneo. Hindi lang basta-basta papalo.
And it's Guino-o again delivering. That is her 12th point in the match and the biggest lead of FEU in this whole match at 5-22-17.
And she's still at the service line, Boom.
And she is one of the better servers of FEU. And then,
I jinxed it, did I?
I think it was me.
Hopefully not.
I'll take it, Anne. Just saying, one of the better servers of FEU.
I mean, she's been there for a while
Quite
now.
a while.
So she's been consistent. Maybe that's adrenaline.
So now it's 18-22. Good serve by Samonte. Cayuna goes on the offense. Wong. Gaston. Buding. Samonte dives. Gaston will attack. Malabanan has been steady there, the back row. Elise is sent back. Cayuna checks her runner. It is Villarreal who scores on the run and gun.
Cayuna has been making good calls when it comes to the plays that they've been executing.
The FEU crowd here is outnumbered, and they're all standing up here behind us.
And why not? This is
A 5-point lead.
a 5-point lead.
At a crucial juncture of the match, too. It is an 8-3 run for FEU. Make that
Maddie
8-4 after
Mataya.
that Maddie kill. Remember, Ateneo only needs to win today to make it to the finals. They've had the twice to beat advantage in season 74, 75, 78, and 79. They have not lost when they have the twice to beat advantage. They've always made it to the finals when they've had the twice to beat. Gaston is sent back. She goes long, but it's too long. She made the adjustment after the block, but it was too long. And now, back to a 5-point lead, and more importantly for FEU, set point and a 2-1 possible lead here in their Final Four matchup.
Point.
Gaston again. Cayuna to Heather. Samonte solid on the dig. Gaston will try through the block. Ronquillo. Pinamigay ni Cayuna.
Oh.
At nautakan sila ni Wong. Saving a set point.
With a 1-2 play.
What action here. Coach George will call a timeout. He wants a sure offensive set here.
Timeout. FEU.
First ball. Running muna. Sarina. Running muna mga ba. Then, dito ka. Pakalain ko dito. Dugpas tayo. Yung drop mo, wala namang problema. Pero i-beat mo konti dito sa, huwag masyadong mahaba. Yan. Huwag dugpas tayo. Okay, go.
And it's 24-20, a 5-point lead. 5 set points. 1 was saved, courtesy of Dina Wong.
Second set point for FEU. Serving. Dina Wong.
5 service aces to the 1 of Ateneo. FEU in the lead in that department. Cayuna, run and gun for Sarina. Tolentino launches. And Ronquillo unable to stabilize that dig.
Keeps it alive.
Lady Eagles trying to get back here 1 point at a time.
No room for errors for the Lady Eagles.
One of the rare timeouts of Coach George Pascua that did not produce a point. Buding will bump it to Malabanan. That is tough. Hekiliana with a tough dig. Gaston, too high. Cayuna pushes Carandang away. Mekeliana will send it to Tolentino and nobody home. And here come the Lady Eagles. Down 5, now down 2.
For FEU now is not the time for them not to communicate. Nakita natin, no? At that point, they were all just staring at each other.
Got to be solid. They've got to be more focused. Oh, but that is painful for Ateneo. Dina Wong sends it to the net and sends FEU to a 2-1 lead here in their Final Four matchup. Minutes in the second set, 35 minutes in the third set, both won by FEU. When it's a drag them out kind of pace, it seems like FEU has the advantage. If it's a, fire away, offensive onslaught kind of a game, Ateneo seems to have the advantage. And right now, FEU fighting for their UAAP lives are responding and with a 2-1 lead here in their Final Four.
That's right. And we mentioned earlier how, in the set that Ateneo won, they dictated the pace. But in the last 2 sets, boom, it was more of a reactive Ateneo team rather than, really directing as they would usually do. And, with that, looking at the statistics, it's interesting how Ateneo actually still scored more when it comes to offense, 13 as opposed to only 9 of FEU. But if you look down, what mattered for FEU in that last set was the number of service aces they scored, 5 as opposed to 1 of Ateneo. And even more, yung consistency nung errors na nakocommit ng Ateneo, they gave away 10 points to FEU just like that.
9 kanina in the second set, 10 ngayon. So 19 errors in 2 sets, and those are the 2 sets.
That's number 4. FEU looking for
It ain't over until it's over.
That's victory. And they get it done.
And Ateneo will look to tie
Cayuna, first to serve.
and send this to a 5th if they want to go straight to the finals. Remember, if we have a knockout game, it will happen on Wednesday.
Well, the thing for FEU is that, so they are in a good run today, but if you would look back at the first round encounter with Ateneo, it was a game that was actually stretched to 5 sets, boom. The first 2 of which they won, Ateneo, came back in the last 3 sets. So I guess the message there is that they have 2 sets now. They cannot blink at any point in this set. And they have to make sure yung pace, it's something that they don't let Ateneo control.
FEU has to think that if this goes to a 5th, they are at a disadvantage. So they have to finish it here. And again, like what I said in that last game against Pasal when FEU is playing, it doesn't mean they can't win on the 5th. But of course, you don't want to bring back the confidence of your opponent. Kahit sino pa yan, KNU or LaSalle or Ateneo. Ayaw mo bigyan ng kumpiyansa. And plays like that sometimes will fire up the team. Look at how perfect the set, the contact on the ball as BDL pounds the pavement, and we're tied here in set number 4. Let's check in with with Sydney Crespo here for this report.
Bumanan, Ateneo started this game looking like a puzzle to be solved by FEU, but now the Lady Tams are showing more confidence to finish this familiar game. Coach George and the Lady Tams were also in a lighter mood in the reset huddle as he lets his players relax a bit before set number 4. Jel Cayuna, who's had a great performance last game, still exhibits stability for Coach George Pasco. And when I asked Jel prior to this game what would be their edge over Ateneo, and she said, since the LaSalle game, I know we are braver. Back to you, Bumanan.
Thank you very much. And they showed that in the last 2 sets, but now Ateneo fired up here in their comeback bid. They get the 2-point lead, 3 serving 1. That sails out. Remember, 19 errors in 2 sets. So that's a key figure for Ateneo. if they want to win here in set number 4, they got to keep those errors down. As we check in with Franny Reyes.
Earlier in that third set, Captain Bea de Leon was rallying her teammates to have faith. She said, don't deny it, just go with it and breathe with it. I also saw Dina Wong, who was rallying her teammates for the first time. She's actually pretty quiet in the huddles, but now we're seeing the vets trying to lead their team to regroup, to remember their fundamentals and their roles, but most of all, the trust that they can do it. Coach O reminded them that they have to believe. They've already proven that they're worthy of being here in the Final Four, so now they have to believe it. The Final Four was a long time coming for Ateneo, and now they are fighting for their redemption for Season 8. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Franny. Fighting to come back here in this set and this match. They have the luxury of the twice to beat advantage.
But of course, if you're Ateneo, you would want to take this game today.
Yep. Then watch the battle tomorrow between UST and DLSU. UST with the twice to beat advantage in that matchup. And tomorrow is going to be equally crazy here at the Mall of Asia Arena as you look at the leading scorers for both teams on your screens. 4-2. Bongay goes cross. Ronquillo digs it. Karantang unable to put it away. BDL unable to do that too. It is a point.
Double contact
And a
violation
double on Sarina Karandang. So a 3-point lead here in set number 4.
No room to relax for the Lady Tamaraws. Obviously, the Lady Eagles will try to get the set from them and will try to start off strong.
BDL 5 serving 2. Wong able to pick it up. Tolentino recoils, reloads. Chance ball para sa Ateneo. Wong. Kay Maddie naman binigay. And a little tip working and a 4-point lead early here in set number 4.
Wong trying to vary her place.
That's smart. Very smart.
Still
The
serving.
height advantage. I'm looking at the net right now and of Maddie, Kat, and Pongay over Kayuna and Guino-o.
But they
Sa
have
net, ano?
the taller lineup.
Yeah, they
I
do.
mean, even look at the players at the bench.
On the
You're
attack.
right. Now this is a 5-point lead, the biggest for Ateneo here in set number 4.
It's interesting to see how the moods and the body language really shifts, because the FEU team that we're looking at now looks a bit different from, you know, the FEU players that won the last 2 sets.
And Ateneo looks fired up. Ronquillo finds a spot.
Ronquillo
They needed that.
stops the bleeding.
Elise Ronquillo off the bench today. So is this girl. They started with Sed Domingo. This one is out though. Service error gives Ateneo a 5-point lead. $11,000 strong here at the Mall of Asia Arena on a Saturday. And it will be the venue for tomorrow's Final Four meeting between DLSU and UST. And DLSU needs to win twice over UST. UST, for the first time since season 73, gets the twice to beat advantage, which was also the last time they went to the finals, as a service ace is served up
Tolentino.
by Coach O's team here. That's Cap Tolentino delivering the goods. Is zone 1 and a 6-point lead in set number 4.
Right now, FEU needs a vocal leader on the floor.
Not good enough. Wong picks it up. So Pongay recycles. Kayuna. Ronquillo has to send it over. Wong goes for the 1-2 and a 7-point lead here. Coach George has seen enough.
Kailangan mas aggressive tayo. Kailangan mas aggressive tayo kung gaano yung aggressiveness natin noong second at saka third. Mas doblihin natin ito. Huwag natin na napakawalan. Gano'n lang tayo. Usap lang. Diba? Ano pinanalo natin kanina? Ano pinanalo natin? Is depensa. Kahit tayo bibitaw doon. Malakas ang pesa ng kalaban. Matibay yung block. So ano gagawin natin? Depensa ang patibayin natin. At saka huwag tayo bibitaw sa service receive. Para makapag-penetrate yung middle natin. Ha? Kaya view.
The Estacios are in attendance. Jojos or Terrence. Marga and Isa. Of course, our channel head for Liga. And Liga HD. Of course, we are also on SNA and SNA HD. We are live and we are at the fourth set. 10-3. What are your thoughts on Coach George Pascua's timeout?
Well, you know, right now, it's really going back to the basics. Yung sinasabi nga niya, no, aggressiveness at pinabalik niya sa depensa at first ball boom dahil that was something that helped them in the previous sets. And now, with, you know, the offense, even yung serves na binibigay sa kanila ng Ateneo, nakikita natin nahihirapan ng Lady Tamaraws.
And sabi niya, no, parang tumamlay sila, no? Para yung mga atake nila lumambot. Now, 2 straight points. Again, after a timeout, Coach George Pascua getting 2 straight points. The 7-point lead is down to 5. As Heather Guino-o, probably their best server, continues to do well from that section. And another good serve gives FEU back a free ball. Cayuna to Villarreal. Tolentino from behind. That's too low. 4 touches.
Not over. 4 touch. Violation.
1 point at a time for FEU. Coach George, some reminders on the sideline in terms of the right stance.
Of reception.
Sa reception.
Receiving and digging. Back to basics, sabi mo nga. That drops in.
That's it.
And look at Heather. Sabi niya, buti na lang. It seemed like it was sailing out.
There's no spin on the ball though.
Good floater.
Yeah, right at the corner, no doubt about that. Again, Heather Guino-o, their best server, continues to fire bullets from that deck. Set back, pick up. Good reaction by Ateneo. Their 7-point lead is down to 3. They go back to their veteran. It's set back to the FEU side. Buding will go to Elise. Checked
Back to you
by Maddie.
by Matayan.
Door was shut, and so was that rally.
Maddie making it easier for her team to score the point.
Check that, 11 serving 7. And a service error rather again by Ateneo, awarding FEU a point. So 7-point lead was the biggest in this set. It is down to 3. These FEU Lady Tamaraws, behind the brilliant coaching of Coach George Pascua, continues to fight. And the girls are really taking on the instructions of Coach.
And this is really good attitude, ano? Kung ikaw yung coach, nag-respond yung players mo.
Now it's the turn of Ateneo to try to respond to this run.
Timeout.
It's a 4-1 run.
Sure, girls! Hindi ka na kailangan perfect, basta may bigay mo sa kanya. Para mabago yung tempo eh. Tinutulak mo na kagad sa dulo eh. Di wala na tayo option. Hindi na. Pangalawa, pagka nandun doon, hindi ka pwede mag-drop ball na nag-aabol ka. Wala ka sa posisyon eh. Jump set, tempo set. Just be positive here. Hindi mo kailangan, hindi nyo mataas lang yung bola. Patience. Breathe. And then yes, okay na yan. Come on. Let's go. Let's do one big guys.
11-9 is our score. Hey, happy birthday, Doc. May 2. AJ Pareho.
Kakailibre tayo ni Doc.
Celebrate. Lalo na pag pinati natin ng twice. Once in person, another on TV. Baka sakali. Timeout Ateneo. Let's see how they respond. They respond well
Mataya.
on the run and gun play for Manny. Breaking that run. JRS Express best play of the game. Another example of a girl who came back from an injury. This is season 2. So good serve by Manny. So Coach O calls a timeout and they score 2 straight points. Breathing room.
And again, Coach George reminding his players, that was something he pointed out earlier, yung kanilang first ball.
Isip talaga eh. And again, it is wherever Elise Reguillo is, that's where the serve is going. Wong, back to Cat. Oh, tinginan!
Tolentino. Back hooker.
Cat Tolentino with the long ball. And it was right in between. They call that like a campfire, not a campfire effect. That two girls just look at each other. The ball bounces in between as Agudo and Negrito come back now for that 2-person substitution for FEU. Again, first ball. So, after that 4-1 run,
Extends the
that
lead.
is answered by a 4-0 run by FEU. Sorry, by Ateneo. So it's back to 6-point lead as Coach George is begging his girls to focus here. Good response by Malabanan. You know, Coach George was about to call a timeout.
Yes.
And then he said he changed his mind.
Because isang point na lang, we're going to the technical timeout, so we held it off.
And then Malabanan came up with an attack. So good decision by Coach George again. A set
Substitution,
Domingo, who
FEU.
we have not seen
Celine
since the
Domingo
first set.
in for
Is back in
Caranda.
the lineup here in set number 4, down 5, 15-10. Wong opens to Samonte. Over receive. And BDL puts it away with authority.
What a wonderful gift, ang sabi ni BDL.
Timeout. FEU supporters in attendance here, they have the 2-1 lead, but Ateneo supporters are happy that they're up 6 here in set number 4. School spirit is through the roof, so to speak, here at the Mall of Asia Arena, and they show it with in different ways. They cheer, they dress up, they buy the merchandise of their school. That's what school pride means to them. And if you want to have the same stuff that you see all of these supporters are wearing, UAPstore.com is the place to
On
be.
service
Get your
deck.
official licensed UAP merchandise.
Wall.
Follow UAP Store on Instagram and on Facebook. 16-10, Ateneo trying to force a set number 5.
Service ace. Lady
And
Eagles.
another service ace for Dina Wong for the 7-point lead. It is back to what it was largest. It was at 10-3 earlier, now 17-10, and that is the 5th service ace in this set for Ateneo. Too soft for Malabanan. Oh, Domingo finds a spot.
Domingo.
Not the strongest of hits, but at this point, what the FEU Lady Tamaraws really need is to just play smart. Hanapin nila yung lugar on the other side na walang depensa ang Ateneo.
Ooh. Agudo sends it straight to the net, so it's back to 7. 18-11.
Agudo has been consistent consistent in the earlier set. She's had a good run at the service area.
Another good serve by Ateneo. Piston play is anticipated, seen, and denied by Kat Tolentino.
FEU needs to try to make their plays less predictable.
Now the biggest lead of Ateneo in this set is 19-11.
Anong best play dyan? Dito yung bola. Okay. Ito yung quick. Ito. Ngayon kung magkukombinasyon ka, naka-group yan eh. Pag kombinasyon ka, kung nakahiwalay na. Okay, so bago ka mag-set, titingnan mo muna tayo ng position ng mga block sa kalaban. Kasi nag-compress sila sa gitna. Tapos nag-good ka pa rito. Hindi natin pa rin yung block. Ngayon, ilayo mo ng konti, mag-block man, hindi ganun ka bilis ang balik. So, kailangan kalahati. Kalahati.
That is the biggest lead of this set. The biggest lead actually was 12. That was in the first set. And again, just like in set number 1, the similarity is when Ateneo is keeping the errors down and keeping it on attack mode. They are winning the exchanges, they're winning the sets. Oliver Mora looking for help to the linesmen and the second referee.
Ano nakita mo, Coach? Wala. Ano, wala talaga ang layo.
Ang layo.
Ano, nagulat ka ba? Ha?
No touch. Outside.
So it's out. Not even close.
But you know, this, where we are now in this set can be worrisome for FEU. Knowing that Ateneo is enjoying a 10-point lead. And they can't seem to find a way to break this run from Ateneo. They're trying to find answers. They're trying to find, the right play to get through the blockers of Ateneo.
Negrito goes to Guino-o. And now, an 11-point lead. This is looking like the score line in that first set. So you see now the similarities and the pattern actually that we were talking about. When it's a tight match and a slow match, FEU seems to have the advantage when it's a drag-out match. But then when it's the short exchanges, counter-attacks, Ateneo winning the exchanges and winning the set too. Right now, they have matched their biggest lead of the whole game, to the delight of the parents, the supporters, and alumni of Ateneo at 23-11. And they're looking to extend this to a set number 5. And this year's season 81, they are 2-0 in 5-set matches. One of those was against, of course, FEU. FEU, a very good record in 5 sets this year. Actually, they've had the most number of 5-setters in season 81. They are 6-1 in the 5 sets. But that one is the loss to their Final Four counterparts. So that's an interesting wrinkle over there.
Right now, they find themselves in a place they don't want to be in. You look at their faces, and it seems like they don't have an answer in terms of, what it is they need to do.
Bongay puts it away. Unleashes a big one to give them set point.
The Lady Eagles now at set
And we're a point away from a set number 5. And it is the captain. 24-12. With a service ace, the graduating BDL sends her team to an extension here. The ball dropping behind Malabanan. And for FEU, something familiar. Another set number 5 for them. We will be back. So you see the pattern, and when you look at the set scores and then the time, 25-10, 25-12, Ateneo wins. 25-23, 25-22, FEU wins. But what's going to happen at set number 5? Your guess is as good as anybody's here. But as I said in that last match, everybody wins because we get more volleyball.
Exactly. So it's actually time well spent, watching these extended games. But, for both these teams and maybe for FEU, who, coming into this game, tinignan natin yung stats lamang dyan ng Ateneo, they have to be really focused here in the 5th set, Boom, because it's such a short set. There's actually no room for them. Kung umabanti ng konti yung Ateneo, hanggang 15 lang ito eh. There won't be,
It's the speed set.
Yeah, so the luxury of time, it's not gonna be there.
Right.
And
So it's the 5th setter for FEU and the 3rd for Ateneo. As you look at the numbers and the errors, 19 in the sets that Ateneo lost, right? 10 and 9. They got it down to only 4 in this 4th set.
But the thing with FEU also in that set number 4, they only managed to put in 4 attack points.
On. It's too low.
It's too low, and they gave away 7 points to Ateneo.
They have put themselves in a position here to upset. They were ahead 2-1. This is a great position to be in if you're FEU, where the odds were against you. The numbers were against you, the scores were against you, the results of this year's matches were against you. They had to lead them 2 sets to 1. Now they have to finish the job. For Ateneo, what a great response in that set number 4 for them to come back after obviously a disappointing 2 straight sets, to set up another 5th setter between these 2 teams that have met each other multiple times.
First to serve,
Especially in the Final Four,
the
3
Lady
straight
Eagles, Dina Wong.
the last 3 years. So here we go, 5th set live on SNA and on Liga. Ateneo number 1, FEU number 4, 2-all. Dina Wong will get us started.
Same target.
It is Elise Ronquillo that they've been targeting from set number 1.
And with that, I think there has to be some adjustment in the position of FEU, or if not,
Oh, Ronquillo's telling Dina Wong, give me another one. He's pointing. But Guino-o takes this one. Malabanan. They're gonna call a net,
Catch and throw violation.
and BDL admits to that mistake. As we go to Franny Reyes here at the start of the 5th set.
Booming, and it looks like a fire has returned to Ateneo, and Dina Wong is a big factor to that. FEU was able to adjust to her plays in the earlier sets, so Dina answered back, distributing the ball better and making her plays more unpredictable. Dina is fueling her teammates, and we saw more evident middles as well. Everyone is back in fighting form. In this 5th set, the Lady Eagles need to be more mindful, and they need to be more persistent. Because redemption is just a few points away. Back to you guys.
And your crowd, Franny, is back in it also after the 2nd and 3rd set na medyo natahimik dahil sa magandang inilaro ng FEU. Now, the momentum has shifted early here. 2-1. See who Jules Samonte will target this time. They go back to Ronquillo. Ronquillo with a good first ball. Combination play!
Net touch.
And regardless of what happens, that is a point for FEU. It was a net touch.
right now it's still early here in the 5th set. We're seeing good signs from both squads, Boom, because you see the response. Ang bilis nung balik, ang bilis ng kung nakapuntos ang Ateneo, FE would have an answer.
2-all. 5th set. Final 4. Tolentino. Guino-o reverses to Guino-o. This is where the veterans will have to come into play. Guino-o will try again. Ekiliana bumps it. Bongay cross court. Buding was there to dig. Guino-o jump set. Ronquillo. Long rally here in the fifth. Tolentino gets it through. 3-2 for Ateneo as we check in with Sydney Crespo.
Buminan, the Lady Tams are yet again here in the deciding set, which isn't new to the team. Coach George was quick and simple with his points, focusing on their service receive. He motivated his squad by preaching, "This is nobody's game now." Coach George only demands focus from his players and disregard the pressure from the crowd. Buminan.
Ayun yun. The pressure from the crowd. You have to stay focused as Coach George has been preaching. And again, they go back to the rookie. The eternal target today by Ateneo.
It's now the fifth set and they haven't changed their service target. And actually now we see a bit of adjustment in their formation on the side of FEU.
Which obviously that was the game plan coming in ever since. Buding now taking the first ball. No coverage there, or at least slow coverage there for Ateneo. So FEU gets the point back. 3 will be serving 4. Na wrong foot si BDL. Good serve by Sarina Carandang. Ekiliana keeps it in play. FEU, who will Guino-o go to? Sa gitna, kay Guino-o. Nanggigil si Villarreal.
It is a great opportunity. Pero minsan pag nagmamadali ka rin, boom, there's a risk.
Tolentino now serving.
Well, she was there.
And she wanted to surprise Ateneo. 5-3, Ateneo in the lead. Buding picks it up. Elise had to adjust. Samonte and the rookie unfazed. What an exposure for her. No matter how this turns out, and what a great exposure and experience for Elise Ronquillo. Something that even like Ebon is not getting because obviously, unfortunately for her injury. Valuable experience.
At the end of the day, this is the Final Four.
Low attack for Tolentino. So just like that, 2 straight points for FEU. Ties the ball game at 5-all, 2-all. Final Four.
I love how both these teams really trying.
Ties the game.
Their very best. Walang nagpapalamang ng malaki.
Ayaw kumakapit. Number 1 versus number 4. Ronquillo sends it over. Wong. Bongay. Guino-o gets it. Guino-o takes a look. Run and gun. And FEU takes over the lead.
Takes the
in the
lead
5th.
for FEU.
Oh. Man, it is tense in here at the Mall of Asia Arena.
Well, first set, boom, we didn't expect that it would go this way.
Right.
But, this is quality Final Four matches na talagang worth watching.
What a serve by Heather. And what a reaction by both Guino-o and Villarreal. 4-0 run. And Coach O will call a timeout.
Timeout. Lady Eagles.
Hey! Listen up! Nakaka-receive tayo, no problem. Okay? Ang nangyayari, yung transition of defense natin, nagdududa. Nagdududa, mahina yung bola eh. Mahina yung bola dumato, pero hindi kailangan natin pumesto. We have to go to our proper places. Huwag madali sa blocking. Okay? And, come on, 1, 2, 3.
Ateneo was 5-3 up. And FEU battled back with this girl serving again. And a 4-0 run to get them in the lead 7-5. Oh, and that is what timeouts sometimes really, that's what it does. It just breaks the server's momentum and rhythm. So now 1 point lead with Bongay Gaston on deck. What a game. More than 11,000 people being treated. So really good Final Four match between Ateneo and FEU. Duremdes will chase Elise, the rookie. Somonte will give it to Gaston behind safely. Guino-o hops. That is low. So we're tied again. 2-0 run after the Coach O timeout.
No luck in that attempt. Now Cayuna has to make both Villarreal and Ronquillo work in front.
Bongay serving. 2-all, 7-all. Cayuna. Run and gun attack again. Saved by Wong. Chance ball for FEU. Cayuna goes to the quick. Great decision by FEU.
Cayuna now going for faster plays to surprise Ateneo.
And that's really the play there. And you know the defense is scrambling on the other side. You have to attack faster. What a save by Wong and what a decision by Cayuna. Eight-7 by the slimmest of margins. Chance of FEU on one side, the chance of one big fight. Bellowing down from the gallery, from high above rather, of this Mall of Asia Arena.
It can still be anybody's game.
I love that the chants are mixing together.
Yeah.
One big fight, FEU. Samonte overcooks this one. She was underneath the ball. And a 2-point lead for FEU. Coach O thought about a timeout, then decided otherwise. Remember, FEU is 6-1 in 5 setters. Ateneo is 2-0. Ronquillo with a safe serve. Good anticipation by Villarreal. Chance ball here for FEU with a 2-point lead. The push. Samonte returned. Madayag with the dump, and they're gonna call a pump. Yes, they're gonna call a lift on Manny by James Oliver Mora, our first referee. Coach O does not complain, and so he agrees.
It's a costly, well, it did stay. There was contact. Release.
So after a run by Ateneo, a 2-0 run, here's a 3-0 counter run by FEU. 10-7. Samonte. Wong reverses. Batayag, run and gun. Puding absorbing the power of that attack. Tolentino from behind. Cayuna. Malabanan. The chase by Samonte. And FEU a 4-point lead. And Coach O might call a timeout here. Coach O will call a timeout after this 4-0 run by FEU.
Timeout, Lady Eagles.
Yung pabalik ng bola, gugulat tayo. Panidepensa nila, pinches na agad. Ball awareness right away. Okay, go, now. Buddy, okay, dito ka manggaling. Okay, pero ito ang gagawin mo, ito lang. Okay, nandito ka. You have to take risk. Come on. Okay. Oh, huwag kang mag-hesitate. Pag binigyan sa power, hindi ko cover tayo. Pero kailangan, ilapit mo yung paa mo sa bola. Nandito yan. And then target ito, ito yung pinapractice mo eh.
Malayo pa! Kaya natin.
Asking and believe. Come on.
Kuha natin tayo. Big fight!
2 sets all, 11-7 in FEU's favor and a 4-0 run.
Down
Coach
to the
Oliver
last
Madro
few
on your
rallies
screen.
of the match.
Final four,
Ronquillo
twice to beat
to serve.
advantage. His record is 12-2 here in the women's division this year. The 2 losses against their collegiate rivals. 2 times they won against FEU in the elimination round. Can FEU extend this series? Ronquillo with a great serve. The rookie
Ace,
delivering
Lady Tamaraws.
at the most highly pressure-packed moment of the game. And it is now a 5-0 counter run by the team from Moraita.
And this is a good way to really showcase how, teamwork is really coming into play for FEU. Kanina, it was just really Heather. But now everyone is contributing.
Malabanan gets the check
Outside,
ball.
off the block.
13-7. The FEU gallery is going nuts here at the Mall of Asia Arena.
Substitution, Ateneo. Jaja Maragino in.
Team with the
for
most
Wall.
number of Final Four appearances at 22. 2 points away from giving us a knockout Wednesday. Over receive. Maraginot, who just came in, sends it over. Cayuna, Malabanan, access denied
Mataya with
by the
block.
former captain. And Coach George calls a timeout.
It's not yet over, sabi ng Ateneo.
Explain lang tayo.
Timeout. Lady
Kahit hindi si
Tamaraws.
Maragino. Kahit tulak ko lang. Huwag mo nakapatid dito lang. Iba yung lang tumama. Blackout. Kesa nakabigyan. Walang isang katawan lang. Kumay lang. Ngayon. Dito ka protesto. Para makuha mo yung gitna. Dito ka. Dito yung receive natin girls ha. Para makuha. Kung hahabol man to, pahabol yung middle blocker ng kalaban. Maluwanag. Okay, let's go.
11 years in the men's division, 4 championships, a 3-peat, something he has in common with Coach O. Second year as the women's coach, made it straight to the finals last year, lost in a sweep against LaSalle. But today, his team is 2 points away from at least extending their
Now
lives
serving.
and their
Maddie
season.
Mataya.
And they're looking to do it in dramatic fashion too. Right now though, it is Ateneo serving 8-13 and they go to Ronquillo again. Maraginot, Samonte over the blockers. Cayuna to the graduating Malabanan. Reverse to Tolentino. Buding will set it to Heather. Bongay was there. De Leon. Nice save. Nope. They're not going to allow
over.
it. They're saying it's 4 touches, says Oliver Mora. And we are at match point. So fast. Coach George says one more.
Substitution. FEU.
And they bring in their veteran
Hernandez
service
to serve.
specialist at match point.
Match point. Lady Tamaraws.
We are in the midst of a 7-1 FEU run. Carly delivers. Chance ball for FEU. Bump set, Malabanan. Tolentino keeps it alive. That is out! That is out!
Lady
And Knockout
Tamaraws.
Wednesday is happening for this matchup. FEU extends their season 81 and the graduating students Malabanan, Negrito, Guino-o extend their UAAP lives.
Definitely a well-deserved win for the Lady Tamaraws.